Today we're going to be having a discussion on online learning versus physical learning. As we all know, the coronavirus happened recently and a lot of us had to switch to online learning. But we became very fond of the Google Meet and the Zoom apps. So today we've gathered here to give our opinions on online learning versus physical learning. Jeff, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I'll say something on that. Online classes were difficult on my perspective is that me, I used to have problems with the network. Ulikuwa unapata power outage imeisha, unapata stima imeenda ama unapata just small things to do with the network. Ama unapata ijalipwa from my perspective, yeah. So, you used to find that we learn, alafu unapata teacher another huwezi kumsikia ama inaanza kuwa blurry. Yeah, that's from my own perspective. Go to Jessica, say tell us something.
I like physical learning because during the online classes, if you didn't understand anything, it was just you and the screen in front of you. In physical classes, if I don't understand something in chemistry, I can come to Kamal, or if I don't understand something in bio, I can go to Jeff, or business, I can go to Stephanie, and it's much easier like that.
And then I wanted to say that for online classes was difficult again. Ulikuwa unapata you see your mom and your dad going somewhere, unapata wameingia gari, they're going for let's say a wedding or a party. Alafu inabidi tu inauma. Unaambiwa ubaki peke yako hapo, utafanya nini? Inabidi tu endelea na lesson. So me hiyo kitu ilikuwa inaniudhi. I never used to find it fun. How about Stephanie? Tell us something about the online on the physical.
I think I would say I also like physical learning because in online there's a time a teacher of mine had a wedding and I think I skipped math because I had to go for the wedding, but we left my sister, so she was left crying. And yeah, so I think physical is better because we don't have distractions like the wedding and stuff.
For me, I like physical learning instead of online because physical there's schedules for waking up, times of the classes, and like online classes, the times were really difficult to understand because at a time I'd find that the evening lessons I missed them because I've forgotten the timings. Another thing I never liked about the online classes is that there were intruders. That really I never used to like it. So they would interfere with our class and the lesson would end just like that.
I would also like to say that as much as there were disadvantages with online classes, there were also advantages because it's an introduction to something. So most people didn't even know what Zoom or Google Meet was. Like my mom, I had to teach her literally everything she knows about Zoom right now. And also because she was a teacher. So she had to communicate with the students in a way that could say that I am also doing something. So she also had to have her introduction to video calls, and she also had to teach, and sometimes she had difficulties, so I had to help her, but it was also a new experience for all of us. And we also got to learn how to use video calls, how to switch on our cameras, how to unmute, how to mute. So it was also an advantage for all of us.
I liked both online and physical classes. Online, what I liked about it was the flexible schedule. In school, I don't find the timetable that we have is normally not that flexible. Also, another problem I experienced online was homework when you submit it. At times, the forum would refuse, Google Classroom would refuse for you to submit your work, unlike school where you just have to go to a teacher and submit your work and you'll be marked and returned.
Haya, sanitizer kidogo hapo. Oya. Alafu mimi kidogo lazima bana. COVID is real my G's. Yeah,
Pass it around.
Yeah.
Come. Pass it around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alafu kitu kingine ilikuwa na me from advantage was I used to that's bad manners for me. I used to leave my phone, let the teacher speak as I play FIFA. That was an advantage for me. Nilikuwa nacheza FIFA ama ikiwa class ya asubuhi kitu kama 8 TV, I just leave my phone there, then I sleep. Kwanza ilikuwa mwalimu wa business. Alafu I used to hear Kamau, I just let him speak. But then that's from my advantage. That's what ilikuwa advantage moja kwangu. Come on, what else do you want to add?
One thing for me is when learning something, your environment is really important. So at our houses or homes where we're doing our online learning, our environment or our surrounding wasn't really suited for learning. Like you wouldn't really have a place where you could sit down and study, because like you'd have your siblings or your parents or anyone just walk by, do this and that, which kind of disrupted the learning process. But then that's why school is like is best suited for learning. That's why school is a learning place. That's why we come to school for learning, because it is you're surrounded by people who are doing the same exact thing as you, who are learning, who are trying to achieve their goals side by side. They work together to learn along with teachers and your students. And we're not here to complain about online learning, because the coronavirus happened and a lot of us had to switch to online learning. And like, we're not here to complain. Everyone went through it and we all had to adapt to Zoom and Google Meet. And so we're just here just talking about our opinions and how we see it now that we're back to physical learning.
Physical learning for me, once again.
Alvin, would
Fine.
you like to say something?
I'm a server.
Yes. I would like to add about background noises. No, I haven't had anyone mention anything about that. So, using in online classes, maybe you're busy learning about DNA, genes, and then you hear your mom calling you in the background, and I don't know what you have to. You get confused whether you go or you continue the classes, because if you don't go, they'll think you're being rude, but you have to listen to what's being taught. So that's another disadvantage of online classes. Yeah.
Also, we're humans, so we have emotions. So if we're in class and we're not understanding something, online classes, a lot of us, our cameras are off, and if we don't understand something, we don't really have the chance to say something. I don't understand this, miss. I don't understand this, sir. But in school, the teacher can see you. She can feel what you're feeling. She will say, I see you're not understanding this. How about you come by my office later? We go by it together, which makes you understand stuff and feel better about yourself in a whole. So like, it makes the whole learning process much easier when you have a problem and your teachers are there with you to help you find a solution. Yeah.
Also, in online classes, it was hard to create time to like go and learn, as Kamal said, because when you don't understand in class, you find the teachers telling you they have to go somewhere, or they're busy, or there's a blackout, or you yourself, the internet is not paid, or you don't have bundles. Rather than in physical, sorry, in physical classes, you can actually create time because you have nowhere to go. Like me, I'm a boarder, so I can just say maybe after school I'm free, so I can go and meet the teacher later.
Also, I want to add on my thing. Physical classes for me, some my colleagues can find it fun for physical. Okay, mi niko na kitu moja tu yenye inaniudhi tu na physical. You know me, I used to, right after I'm done with the lesson, I go and watch something. But right now I can't. Hapa nipite hapa niende choo ama dom. So yeah, physical, I find it fun and not fun at the same time. It's just that, but it's better than online classes by a bit far. Come on.
You know what? We're all humans, right? We all like having fun, and we get distracted by a little thing. Maybe your siblings are playing soccer outside. Your friends want you to hop on PlayStation to play with them. I mean, you have the urge to leave the online class or to leave the class to go do something else, right? So like, in physical learning, you don't really have those distractions, because everything around you, including your friends, your classmates, your teachers, we all have that one goal of learning. So you won't really have as much distractions as you would at home, which makes the whole physical learning process 10 times better, in my opinion.
Aya, one last time.
Sanitizer! Sanitize!
Jump
Time to
up,
sanitize.
Sanitize. COVID is real, my guys. Be safe.
We have to be safe, guys.
Can you go for kids?
Another problem that I found with online learning was exams and cuts when you get them in class, because you could check them online. Mostly if you had exams and the teachers would just go copy paste past exams, or all you had to do was find the marking scheme. Unlike school, you have to sit down and think, so the results you get is results is something that you have gotten with your own effort. Unlike online, where you could have cheated, you get 100, and then you come to school, you have a 60 or a 70, and your friends asks you, what's wrong, what happened, how should I help? That was another problem I had.
To add on to that, at home we used to learn online. So after the lesson, the teacher left notes in Google Classroom. I used to find it hard to go back to Google Classroom and write the notes because there were many distractions. Like for example, there were classes you learn, then after the teacher tells you to go write all the notes in Google Classroom. That was hard for me. Rather than in school, you learn and write at the same time. That's easier.
To add on to that, me, I was distracted mostly by my siblings. You'd find them coming with their phones. Unapata anaanza kuchezesha ambako you just feel angry or annoyed. Anakuja, and then it makes you feel bad. Unasikia anakuambia soma boss, soma. They make you just feel so badly. That was another disadvantage for me.
Also, we were very unprepared for the whole corona situation, so a lot of us we didn't really have access to all the devices that we needed to help with online learning. So that was a bit of a hard thing for a lot of us because we didn't have the devices we need, like laptops, iPads, phones. So like I think it was very hard on a lot of us to find devices so we could come and attend the lessons and do the homework and everything. So yeah.
Ama ulikuwa unapata chef auntie anapika kachakula bana, alafu hujakula asubuhi. So unafanya nini? So unaanza kusikia you feel like the urge to eat. Yeah, me online hapana bana.
Anyways, this was fun. We've had a nice discussion today. See you in the next episode, guys.
Subscribe, like the video.
Share and comment.
Yeah.
We love you guys.